Welcome back, everybody. So in today's video, it's a little bit different from our step-by-step tutorial videos. Basically, what I'm going to show is a little snippet of a show that I just did with Alter Bridge Mammoth, and the act that I got to work with was Pistols at Dawn. We're talking like some rock metal kind of music. Super awesome guys all the way around. The tour came in and they were just all fantastic. Huge shout out to Wes. He's the LD for Alter Bridge and Mammoth. Super great, just amazing guy. Super amazing guy. Also Pistols at Dawn. They are fantastic. If you guys ever get to work with them, just know you guys are gonna have an awesome day. So yeah, let's just dive right in. I'm gonna show you guys the quick show file that I made. It's not really the standard of what I typically do. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit. Once Wes gave me the rig to work on, I pulled out this console, which is the MQ60, and just started from scratch pretty much. I patched in the file and got to work a little bit. And yeah, so let's kind of go over the show file real quick. We had some Mythos, some BIK10s, some Jolts from 80J. If you guys get your hands on some of those 80J Jolts, they are absolutely fantastic. Huge shout out to 80J and their newest fixture lineup. You'll see them around. Just trust me. And yeah, we had 3 trusses, a down, a mid, and an up. Pretty standard. And yeah, so let's go ahead and walk through what it is we did here. So here in my fader bank playback number 1, I had my main intensity for Mythos. This has only intensity for all of the Mythos minus the 4 Mythos that were on the downstage truss. So that's what I kind of used to glow on the downstage for that night. And the rest, talking mid stage and upstage, this was the main intensity. And then this was my out, my in, so I can bounce through just intensity bumps. Right next to it was my wash, and this was all wash across the whole thing. And same thing with my wash, out and in, out and in. And I like it right next to each other because I have my 3 intensity masters. The next one was my Jolts, which they are basically a JDC strobe, Strike M type strobe that doesn't tilt. Basically, that's what it is. The Jolt just gives you a lot more zones of control, so you have, like, when it comes to pixel mapping or things like that, you have a lot more definition in the actual fixture versus the JDC and the Strike M. But yeah, so this was my main intensity for my Jolts, out and in, same thing. I like to keep these together. And then we went into our strobes. This was a metal show, rock show, so I just kind of prepped up for a lot of strobes. I typically don't do a whole bunch of strobing and stuff unless it's appropriate. And yeah, so I thought I would go ahead and build 3 different strobe playbacks. So yeah, this one was basically just strobe in whatever color the fixtures are in. This just strobes everything on the rig, kind of like a little odd even kind of randomness strobe on the whole thing. And then on these ones, so you see how Mythos, Wash, and Jolt, talking dim chases, I went Jolt, Wash, Mythos, so kind of out this way. It made sense in my head. In the actual show, it worked out. There's some things that I wish I did a little bit different, but like I said, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit and just go on the fly. Anyways, so that's my playback number 1. This dim chase is for the Jolts. This one's the top one is random, and same goes for the other 2. And the bottom one was more of like a symmetrical type of dim chase. Yeah, and I'll talk about how to do the dim chase with these jolts too, by the way. So this was the main strobe, and this was a white strobe just for the jolts, where all of them were in unison, just a big white strobe with that center LED. And next for this play button, this was the random dim chase for my wash, my symmetrical center out dim chase for my wash. Next, the S2 was my strobe number 2. This only affected the jolts as well. This was more kind of like a random lightning kind of strobe effect in white. And this was my random dim chase for my mythos, and my center out dim chase for my mythos. And in this case, I didn't go with soft palettes for my positions. I wish I did, because during the show I was like, man, I only see myself really utilizing these color palettes. I could have done something completely different with that, but like I said, it was just a challenge, and see what I can do differently for in my workflow. And yeah, there's definitely some things that I would do differently in something like this. And like I said, once again, and I think I'll say this in every single one of my videos, is what my way is absolutely not the best way. It's not the only way. It's not the worst way. It's just my way, what I think works. And that's what's great about our industry, is you find your workflow, what works for you, what works for the show, what works with your gear, and roll with that. And you guys will definitely go far once you figure out your proper workflow. And like I said, yeah, all of these videos are genuinely made to hopefully educate and hopefully help aspiring LDs all over the place, because that's just really my passion, and why I started these videos, and why I'm starting visual rigs, which I'll talk about in later on. I'll go ahead and talk about that. But yeah, just side note. But let's get back to the show file. So in this case, I went with a position palette, a position playback Q stack. So let's see what I had in here. I have just standard home 1, home 2, cross 1, cross 2, cross 3, center 1, center 2, fly out 1, fly out 2, and fly out 3. I have all these on a 6-second fade, which I can control with this, which we will get to. And yeah, that was my position Q stack. And next I had a pan and a tilt master, because I only created one symmetrical center out circle effect that affected my mythos and my K10s, my wash lights. And basically with these masters, pull down the pan, now it's a tilt chase. Pull down the tilt, now it's pan chase. Bring it up, it's a small circle, medium circle, and a freakishly large circle. So that's what I did with these guys. Next and last was my audience blinders. This was the whole just an intensity master for my audience blinders. My out bump, my in bump, so just kind of like an out in bump on the blinders. And that was all my playbacks. I had my fader set to speed master, because obviously I didn't know any of the songs. I've never heard of the band until I met them, and kind of just introduced myself. Hey, I'll be your LD tonight. You guys have any specifics? They said no, just whatever you feel. Great. And I said, all right, awesome. So I went ahead and set this as my speed master, because not knowing the songs or anything like that, you're literally just busking and feeling the music and anticipating hits and changes in the songs. I feel this is a must all the time, which I don't know why Camsus has it backwards. I think in my mind it is backwards, because you bring it down, it's slower, you bring it up, it's faster. Wait, no. Well, that actually makes sense. Whoops. I need some coffee. Anyways, let's get back to my layout page number 1. So I had my Mythos here. Let's go ahead and view execute so you guys can see the color. So with my Mythos, everything in red is my soft palette number 1, and everything in blue is my soft palette number 2. And the reason I have a soft palette number 1 and a soft palette number 2 is because my color effects are being generated by the colors I have in each palette, if that makes any sense. So let's go back. I have my Mythos 1, Mythos 2 up here. Next was my Wash, next Jolts, next All. So I do wish that all of this was gone. I wish I just didn't have that, because I really didn't use that at all. I was mainly living with my All. Occasionally I'd put my beams in my Mythos in just white, and I'd use the no color with the Jolts. But I don't think it was worth giving up this much real estate during the show, especially with the screen being so small, when I was just living with these two buttons right here. So this is what I wish I had for the whole thing, but it's all good. What I had here was this was basically just my selection for the direction of the colors. So you can see here, center out, I would choose blue, and they'd go center out, change it to blue, turn it off, it'd go to white, turn it back on, blue. This was a left to right. This is a nice fade, a really nice fade that I really like. So in this case, what I did was I'd grab my group. Say you have a line of 12 fixtures, you grab those, give it 2 seconds plus minus, and select your color in the programmer, right? And you will see it turns real subtle, and then it follows immediately with a real like rich color just coming in. So it's a really nice transition. So I call that my fade, and then just a standard 3-second fade. That also, all of these get affected by my Speedmaster, which I really like. And the way I have these, you can see that I have them set to solo, which you can set them to different things, but in this case I selected solo because you can see I'm selecting different ones and it's deselecting the other one. So these are obviously the group of 4 directions for my color palettes. So I have them all set to solo, and then I set the region, and that's what gives me the ability of having it deselected for me. And the same thing with my color effects. This is just a color effect, and in the engine, all I did was tell it, okay, from soft palette number 1 and soft palette number 2, those are my 2 colors. So it's a 2-color effect. Center out, I have a random, and I had it left to right. This was my release, which I screwed up, so it did not work for me at all. And this was my circle that I basically left on, didn't turn off a single time, because when I bring these down, it's off. When I bring it on, it's on. You know, I change it this way, so I don't have to turn that off. I didn't have to turn that off at all. And you'll see me change to this page. In this page, because there's not a lot of faders here, and I didn't have anything else, I went ahead and put my downstage wash here, which kind of was a little bit of a pain. I'm not gonna lie, having to switch pages and going out here, but it is what it is. That's what I had for real estate, and that was the best that I can think of at the moment. This guy right here was just my house look. Turned it off, it was gone, and then we got to work, and my haze. And that's pretty much that. Layout page number 3 was just a quick bump. All I did was do 2 gobos with like a medium rotation, which I didn't use a lot of gobos in this at all, because Wes was nice enough to just say, hey, have at it, do what you want with the rig. But one thing to understand, if they give you the rig, you got to give them some stuff to work with also. That's why I decided not to really dive into gobos and stuff. That way he has a lot more that he can use, and he's fantastic too. he's really good. His timing is absolutely incredible. So, but yeah, so I had one gobo number two. This was just like a normal. It's set to, it was right in the middle for zoom, so it's kind of more like a weird kind of spot. The mythos spot, I guess you can say. And this the BI was the beam in. So as many of you guys know or will get to know, with the Mythos 2, you do have a beam function, which let me go ahead and show you here. You go select your Mythos, go to beam on the second page, beam mode. So turn this on, and it's really nice. It's just a really fat, like Sharpie beam coming out of this thing, which is absolutely, it's nice. It's really nice. So I have this and have it out, basically that, and that was the show, really. Let me go ahead and show you guys my programming page. As you can see, there's really not a lot, except for this guy. What I added, going back to those jolts. If you guys get into the jolts, the intensity is a little bit interesting. You can create different effects for like your dim chases and stuff like that, but I found it a lot easier to just create a no color. And basically, my dim chases obviously are just regular dim chases. And then when I started messing around with these, because we just got the jolts, and I haven't used them a lot, so still getting to learn the fixture. What I found was having say my color effect, and everything is going in blue and magenta as far as the rig goes, and I want my jolts to kind of just be like a blue dim. I would just select that no color, and it's like a dim chase, and I was like, okay, wow, okay, sweet. So that's why I created that no color color palette for the jolts. And yeah, that was basically the show file. It took just a little bit of time to create, and yeah, I explained a little bit of the differences that I would make to make it a lot simpler, because I do feel it was a little bit busy. But here's the show. Hopefully you guys like it. I am gonna, you'll see what I'm doing with my hands and stuff like that, here in a little box, and then you'll see the angle of the rig, from the camera in the center. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it. Like I said, it's just a typical punt show, which is busking, and yeah, just feeling the music and hoping for the best on getting the pops and the nails done, and the hits correctly, which some were good and some were a little bit rough. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all good. Had lots of fun. The guys were great. The audience was great, and the show was just fantastic. So here, hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is Pistals at Dawn in Reno.
Reno, you ready to have a good time tonight? It's Friday night, y'all keep coming in. We're here to have fun, and we're here to celebrate Mammoth WVH. And we're here to celebrate Alter Bridge, of course. Let's keep this party going right now. Won't your heart say you'll stay with me forever, forever? Open doors, hold your heart just like a feather, forever. Make me a man. thank you so much for inviting us to your town. We are Pistals at Dawn. We're gonna be your entertainment for the next 15 minutes or so. Feel free to stand up and get a jump around, whatever you want to do tonight. It is Friday night, and I see you right there, sir. I see you. Don't tempt me, I'll get down there with you. Let's keep this shit going. Everything and now you're missing you. All the life you could be living, brace for a hold on your heart. Controlling the virtuous lie. Emotion runs over. I can't fight this over for all this wasted time. Voices, voices, wake up. I don't want to listen anymore to these voices. Voices, cut down, burn down. I can't take anymore. The only thing that's just missing, red, blow. The colors of your life not breathing. You found yourself in all thoughts, overthinking. Now there's a hole on your heart. Controlling the virtuous lie. Emotion runs over. I can't fight this over for all this wasted time. Voices, voices, wake up. I don't want to listen anymore to these voices. Voices, cut down, burn down. I can't take anymore. Reno, let me see those hands up in the air. That's it. Voices, voices, cut down, burn down. I can't take anymore of these voices. Voices, cut down, burn down. I can't take anymore. Thank you. Thank you so much, Reno. You know, we've been on this tour with Alter Bridge and Mammoth WVH, and this is actually our last show with them tonight. And I'm happy that we're doing this in Reno because you guys are some fucking fun people. We connected with a lot of people on this trip. First of all, I wanted to recognize a couple of people from the crew. First of all, the man that's been keeping us safe, his name is Carter. He's head of security over here. I want to give a shout out to Carter. Thank you, my man. And we want to give a quick shout out to the team leader, Eddie, who's been keeping us on time and prompt. Because we play rock music and we don't know what time is. So thank you to the crew. Thank you to the bands. You want to thank anybody, Sean? So thank you all, and appreciate you, Reno. This next song is called The Truth. Let's go! Come on, Reno! I know you better than you think. You know yourself. The truth is you're a mess. Painting with a villain's head. It never works. Punching holes again, my friend. You've hung yourself with Sir William James over here on guitar. 22 years old, this one right here.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking A is right.
So this being the last song of the last show and all that, you know, we want to be sure and thank very much our good friends from Mammoth WBH, Alter Bridge, and both their crews, because let me tell you something, man, it has been a tremendous honor and a privilege and a pleasure to share the stage and the road with such greatness. So we're going to send this tune out to all those mofos.
Thank you, Reno! We love you guys. Y'all want to do a quick picture really fast before we leave the stage? Let's do this thing.